Hello everyone and welcome to the Legend of Zelda Maker. As you probably guessed from the name, this is a project that is being currently developed. It's only been released for a little while, I think a few days at this point. It is a Maker game similar to Mario Maker, but for the Legend of Zelda style of game. This is actually really interesting to me because I know I once read that when the original Legend of Zelda came out for the NES, they were actually going to include a dungeon editor. So to me, this seems like something that could actually be in the same vein as that. However, the creator of this project has also stated that they're likely to change all of the sprites to be original creations because, as it is Zelda, Nintendo's likely to shut the project down if they just keep it as Zelda stuff. So if you click the title, Big Adventure Maker, um, I, 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 I don't really know what else to say, so I think I just want to kind of show it to you guys, just so you guys know that it exists. This isn't really so much a let's play, more sort of a, just sort of a let's check out. So let's just get right in. This is the game. It's obviously heavily Zelda. The sprite for your character, it looks for the most part, it looks like Link. Shield looks a little bit different, and it kind of looks like the Triforce is on it. As you can tell, up here you have an HP bar instead of hearts, and down here you have rupees. Now you can pretty much just place things wherever you want. It's pretty cool. I actually have a map that I saved that I want to show. Just after I show you just a little bit of what this does. It's kind of similar, I would say to Mario Maker, in that it's pretty drag and clickish. You just scroll the wheel to get your different items. There aren't a whole lot. Again, he's going to add stuff in. This is currently the first release of the game. You have mountains you can put everywhere. You have stairs. You have water, which you can walk on. I kind of hope that they eventually create water that you can't pass. I would really like that. Little trees, different color trees, pillars, rocks that you blow up. I'm assuming, I don't know if this is meant to be holes that you can travel in. For example, like, just put it there, like, a cave. Currently, you cannot enter into different rooms. Bombable walls. Let's see. We have bushes. Also, if I sound tired, I should probably point out that I actually am tired. I have been up for a long time. Yeah, I had a very busy day. We had a parade recently. Last night, actually. And I'm still awake from last night. It is actually currently almost 3:30 in the morning. So, I'm a little bit tired. You just place enemies wherever you want. Let's just place a few, just to show what they all look like when they're placed. These, I believe, are the guys with the boomerangs. I actually haven't really used them too much. And bubbles, and these, just to trap them. They cannot... Oh, he's stuck. I'll give you a little... Oh, never mind. I accidentally erased him. Whoops. And then there are these. I don't really know what these do. I haven't found much of a use for them. I figure let's just go into my app so I can show you some stuff. This is a map I created. I only spent a few minutes on it. It's very basic. Now let's see. Let me just try and remember what the keys are. Let's see. Shift is swinging your sword, so you can destroy the grass. I believe X and C, or is it Z and X, are your abilities. See, that's fire. That's bombs. You have arrows. And then you have the boomerang. Oh, no. Okay, boomerang. So let's get all the way to the fire. I just really enjoy doing that. Not gonna lie. Up here you see you have a boulder. Well, let's blow it up. Bang, there we go. And let's just take a little bit of a walk over here. I spent a fair decent amount of time, probably about 20 minutes, just building the map so it looks kind of nice. I'm kind of hoping that they include some new sprites when they update this, include things like ghosts and the tombstones. Before I actually did, had a map beforehand that I accidentally saved over. You can currently only have one save at a time, and before, and here is a jail, because they're stuck behind the pillars. But beforehand, yeah, I had a map and I saved over it. And I had sort of a graveyard I made. I used the pillars instead of tombstones, and I put some bubbles and their skulls. And actually, did not mean to do that. Meant to. There we go. Just okay. I'm pushing the X button. Why did I not change? I don't know if that was me or if that was my keyboard or if that was the maker. But yeah, you could just pick them off from there. And actually, you know what? You know what would be really fun? Just burn the entire thing. Oh no, it's not a jail anymore because the prisoners are dead. Now it's just sort of an empty field. Oh, but we got one more prisoner over here. Let's kill him. There really isn't a whole lot else to this right now. Again, it's very early build. Let's get a bomb here. Oh no, accidentally destroyed that. Okay, I am pressing the button. I think it's my keyboard. I know some of the buttons are kind of sticking. Spacebar's the worst. What the? Oh, right. Right, because these are explodable walls. They're supposed to be walls that go into places rather than just ones you can put in the way. I should have put boulders here instead, like these. I'm going to just get rid of one so we can walk up here. This originally said zoo, but as you can see, the fire. Oops. Destroyed them. And up here, my zoo. But it's also kind of a game for you just to kill them all. Really not a whole lot else to this. But you know what? I actually think this has a lot of potential. I feel like very creative people could create some amazing levels with this. I would really like to see some more room, the ability to have room transitions so you can actually go into dungeons. I'm kind of hoping that they can make it so that you transition from screen to screen like they do in the original Zelda instead of it being scrolling map like it is now. But that's not really a big issue to me. If they don't include that, that's actually kind of fine. Because there's a lot of scrolling mapping in some of the other Zelda 2D Zelda games. There's really not a whole lot else to look at right now. So I think this is pretty much about it for right now. There isn't a whole lot else for me to say. Actually, here's a fun thing. Yeah, press the Enter key, and those will go away. So, well, they don't go away. They go invisible, so they're not obviously. If they're visible, obviously they look bad. Those pretty useful. I also put them here because I didn't want the guys coming out here. I wanted this to look like it was a river that was coming in. Just sort of an aesthetic thing. I just wanted to make this look kind of nice. You know what? I think before I go, since we didn't see all of the enemies, well, I mean, we saw them, but we didn't fight them or anything. Just put some of them out. Oh, they take a lot of damage to kill. That is something else I'm wondering if they might change. It might just be some of the enemies, but the slimes especially, I feel like they take a lot more hits than necessary. But then again, that's just a minor nitpick. That's not a big thing. I'm also wondering whether or not any of these trees are ones that can be destroyed by fire. I'm noticing. I know in the original NES Zelda, you could burn certain bushes to find staircases. I have yet to be able to do that with any of them. I don't know if that's a feature that's going to be implemented later, or if that's not going to be implemented at all. I don't know. I also know that they have said they're actually going to add a lot of things that aren't in the Zelda games. They're going to add in a lot of original content, original sprites, original abilities, which I think is great because I feel like something like this could really grow into its own original kind of game that would be probably just a really fun tool to use to create levels and share them with people, because right now it saves one level basically at a time in the data file. That's pretty much the only way to share your level, and you can only do one at a time. But again, it's an alpha build. This is its first release date, and it looks really polished, actually, for its first release date, by the way, I have to say, because the sprites are really good. Look at this Link. He looks really just like Link. I like it. Very 8-bit. And as a final thing, I'm just going to quickly surround myself with some water. And I'm trapped. But not really. But, this is really all I have to show. It's a really neat looking tool. I can't really call it a game right now because there's not a whole lot else you could do with it. I just want to make this quickly. There we go. I don't know. I looked at it and wanted to make it even. But I like what it is so far, and I hope that the developer works to keeps working on it and eventually creates something just phenomenal with it, which I think that they will, because this has a lot of potential. But I also hope that they change these sprites soon. That way Nintendo doesn't shut it down. Because Adventure Maker sounds like a great, great idea. So I will see you in the next video. Bye.